Wellness for Life is brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy, Gothenburg Chiropractic Clinic, Mahabi Atwa Community Action Partnership, Natural Alternatives, and Lakeside Sports and Pain Clinic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gothenburg, a chiropractor in Pelican Rapids. My subject today is I intend on revisiting an old subject, and in particular a test, the hair mineral analysis. We get the results of this by taking a sample of hair. We tend to use this test for people that seem to be stuck nutritionally, or they have symptoms that don't necessarily medically have a known cause. And for that reason, I think it's the perfect candidate for a hair mineral analysis. When reviewing a hair mineral analysis, we're sometimes looking at over 20 different minerals, not including those metals that we would call toxic. The test also reveals important or significant ratios. For example, comparing the relative strength of calcium to potassium. These ratios are good indicators for the potential of disease. They also are good predictors of metabolic function. And what that means, these are these chemical reactions that occur in our body that are important for us to live. For example, converting food to energy, or converting food to some of the very important building blocks like fats, sugars, and protein. And the test is also important in that it gives us a progress as to how a person is doing with whatever type of nutritional program they're on. In just a couple of minutes, I'm going to talk a little bit about 5 of the most important ratios that I think will have a lot of interest for you. The first ratio that I want to talk about is the relative strength of calcium to magnesium. This is a ratio that we refer to as the blood sugar ratio because it is a strong indicator as to your body's sensitivity to sugar. I have an example here. We'll look at the results of that. We get really concerned when that ratio number is less than 3, greater than 12. That would tell us that you have a severe sensitivity to sugar. Your doctor may have not told you yet that you are pre-diabetic, but again, the strength of this is revealing trends. If that trend were to continue, we would tell you not to be surprised one day that you're told that you have problems with blood sugar. The next indicator compares the relative strength of sodium to potassium. And as far as the hair mineral analysis, this is perhaps the most important, the most critical, because it gives us insight into the function of the adrenal glands, or what I refer to as the stress glands. Again, the reason why I'm doing this is I'm trying to show again how ratios can be indicators or predictors of future health problems. When I get done, we'll cover some of the simple treatments or options that I have. The third ratio compares the relative strength of calcium to magnesium. And this one tells us a little bit about the function of your thyroid gland. Oftentimes the hair mineral does not agree with blood work. Again, we're looking at tissue and not blood. There are oftentimes people are in our office that have been told that they have a normal functioning thyroid, yet the hair mineral shows that their thyroid gland is underperforming. The last ratio that I look at compares the relative strength of zinc to copper. And this is a ratio that may be predictive of people with skin problems like psoriasis or eczema. It may also be predictive of people that may have symptoms that include problems with irregularity as far as menstrual cycles, reproductive problems, prostatitis, other symptoms like that. Zinc and copper are also important because they're strong elements that come together with amino acids to knit or to heal or to strengthen connective tissue. What I like to do with the results from a hair mineral analysis is to provide that person with guidance, which may involve direction in one way or the other nutritionally. It may involve correcting one's nutritional strategies. Maybe you've gone to Walmart and bought a vitamin and thought, you know, I'm supposed to be feeling a lot better, where in effect that may be the wrong supplement. You may not even be able to absorb that supplement. So understanding these ratios, understanding how to use supplements, gives us, I think, a real advantage in helping people find the right path in the right direction. Now, I would imagine after today you may have questions. If you do, please feel free to contact our office. Again, I'm Dr. Gottenborg in Pelican Rapids, Minnesota.
Coming up on Wellness for Life.
Joined today by Cynthia here at Mojave, Ottawa, and we're here to talk about RSVP. And Cynthia, what exactly is RSVP and how do we get involved?
So RSVP stands for Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. It's a program for volunteers ages 55 and older. You can call the office here at Mojave and ask for me, 847-1385. We have many programs you can be involved in. Our RSVP program does cover 8 counties, and that would be Becker, Mahnomen, Clearwater, Hubbard, Ottertail, Todd, Wadena, and Wilkin.
So what are some of the benefits of volunteering? I know, you can see on the signs people are always asking for volunteers, but what are some of the benefits specifically of the RSVP program?
So the RSVP program, one of the great benefits is we supply an excess accident and liability insurance on the volunteers. We also can provide a little mileage if they're interested in that. We send out newsletter, which we put in local. I do a lot of pictures of local events. We do, and a shout out if there's volunteers needed in certain programs. Also, we put on volunteer recognitions, and recently it's been really a busy spring. We did Mahnomen up at the Red Apple. Wadena was over at Mosconi's. We had Becker County recognition at M State. Yesterday I was on the road up to Clearwater County, and my coworkers were up in Todd County. So it's been super busy, but we definitely like to say thank you, and that's a great way that we can say thank you to the volunteers. I think, the other thing I do want to mention, all of the hours that the volunteers put in, we do record, and they're recorded at a national level with the Corporation for National and Community Service. And this is super important. It shows the activity going on in all of our counties through volunteerism.
Volunteering, a great way certainly to get out and help celebrate and support our communities here in the Mojave, Ottawa service area. What kind of opportunities for volunteering are there? What are some of the things that people are doing when they're volunteering?
Okay, so specifically in Becker County, we have 23 stations going right here in Becker County that has food shells, the Tamarack National Wildlife Refuge. They do a lot with the school children and with keeping the grounds up out there. We have, in all of our counties, we have different historical society or museums. And let me think, what else? Boys and Girls Club, we have the schools. We need tutors. In our schools, we have people going in helping with reading or math, things like that. The hospital, gift shop, nursing homes, friendly visitation, things like that. I kind of wanted to state a number. In Becker County alone in 2018, our volunteers put in 28,288 hours. And for all 8 counties, I wrote down some statistics. For 8 counties, we currently have 74 volunteer stations. And in 2018, they put in 65,880 hours. So that's a lot of dedication, a lot of community support by our volunteers.
A lot of opportunities to volunteer.
Yep.
I'm guessing that you need a lot more volunteers in 2019.
Yep, I kind of have a few specifics, if I can do another shout out. At the Detroit Lakes Nutrition Center, they're really looking for Meals on Wheels drivers. Also, the Let's Go Fishing, they're going to be having orientation coming up in May, and they're looking for volunteers for the summer months. Tamarack Refuge is always looking for volunteers. They've got their orientation coming up. For looking ahead to next year, our tax aid program, if anybody's interested in doing taxes, the training usually starts for that in the fall. So if you have any interest, just call the agency here and ask for me, and I can give more information.
Sure, that sounds good. We talk about seniors volunteering. What exactly qualifies as a senior?
So 55 years of age or older is the only really qualification you need to be of that age. And you get to choose where you want to volunteer, what kind of volunteering, or how many hours you choose to do. So it's basically whatever they would like to do to give back.
And I'm guessing you have a number of stories of people who have volunteered maybe 1 or 2 times, or they've been doing it for a handful of years, and they just love it, don't they?
Yes, they do. They do. And I kind of do have something written that if I could refer to it. So a lot of times when you speak with the volunteers, they do talk about giving back to their community, but also they talk about what they receive themselves by putting themselves out there. So I'm going to read, in measuring the effects of volunteerism on the community as a whole, it's just as important to note that volunteers themselves benefit immensely in ways that are harder to measure, such as longer, healthier, and happier lives. Senior years are filled with a variety of challenges, health loss and financial, to name a couple. And RSVP helps seniors to stay active and engaged in their communities, provides social opportunities, and allows them to use their skills and their life experiences and bring that back into their communities to help others.
A lot of benefits of RSVP right here in the Mojave-Ottawa service areas.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Wellness for Life. Brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy, Gothenburg Chiropractic Clinic, Mojave-Ottawa Community Action Partnership, Natural Alternatives, and Lakeside Sports and Pain Clinic.